Moving on to D, update on wastewater treatment plant. Bob, would you like to speak to that, please?
Are you referring to just strictly the plant or what we done last Thursday?
Last Thursday, to bring people, I think most of you know that Snyder and Associates were contacted to
Well-
stay on the project. Keel was not interested in going on due to professional courtesy and the time element. So we contacted Snyder and Associates and asked them if they wouldn't come back and take a look at what we wanted to take a look at. And so they met with Bob and Alvin last Thursday.
Last Thursday they
And
came up
Go ahead, Bob.
and we started at the sewer plant itself. They reviewed some things, looked at some of the equipment. Now I'm talking Darren and this Al that was here. They had questions, and Alvin basically answered them. They went and looked at some of these things, talked amongst themselves, come back, asked some questions, and then we got the maps out and talking trouble areas, pipe sizes, and et cetera. So we discussed things. I said, we have a problem over here. And I said, we want to start there, the park, the fairgrounds, and we did. And we put a plug in over at the manhole at the fairgrounds, and a possible problem. Had trouble with it staying in, it leaked the air out, and it came out. We put it back in, he's sitting right over there, that to put it in, water was coming out, got it in, pumped it up, it's holding, we've checked it. Lo and behold, there's a gentleman, I've taken some of you over there, and Barb, there's a lot of water over there. And we showed Darren and Al, and yes, this would be a big shot in the arm to get rid of this. And we discussed the line coming through the fairgrounds, or at the park, excuse me, we started at the lift station, up through the fairgrounds, the manhole over there. I said, this over here in the baseball field is a drain tile also, and going at least up to the corner, up to Fairing. And we was all in agreement there, because I showed him, water was here a week ago, it's gone now. Well, is there any storm drainage? No, there's nowhere for it to go. One place, and that's our sewer. And we went to the lift station, looked in there, and they seen the total flow that comes from the east side of town here. And east side, I'm talking, well, the bridge, the river, this way. And a lot of water in that pipe. And they go, oh my. And we had some of it, plugged off. And oh my, they go, okay. We need to, yeah, they're in agreement, slip line this and whatever. Then we goes over on 5th Street and start in, and they had a big question on the sides of the pipe going across Van On's pasture, the river, to the lift station, to what we call a wet well that comes in. It goes into there before it goes into the pumps, into the lift station. And we measured that. It's a weird size. Normally they jump 3 inches in 3-inch increments, like 15 to 18. That happens to be a 17. But this Al that's with him, he said that's not unusual for a company to make a pipe that diameter for a job that distance. He said that's not unusual, but he said it's odd that they just didn't step up to a standard. But anyway, we measured it all the way up to 5th, to where it comes in from the west. Measured, I know we measured it. I crawled in every manhole. We measured them. And I got sizes. This Al took very good notes that day. Drawed pictures. The intersection got the right streets on it. Done a very good job with note taking. Got the pipe diameters right. We went up through the gully, 5th Street gully up to 9th Street. Yeah, here we go. We got some good fall. We got some manhole that needs some attention, but anyway, we got the diameters correct. We got where 9th Street comes in. We jump over 9th Street and keep on continuing, clear up. And then we come to manhole number 50. That's a question that Alvin brought up. There's like 3 8-inch diameter pipes come together and a 10-inch going out. Pretty simple. It's overtacked, overloaded. He seen where we fixed the manhole, poured some concrete, and yeah, and he said, "Did water come out of this one?" Oh yeah, last summer it did, in August. And the other one, we showed him, it's on the east side of 9th, and we showed him there where it comes off. There, it lifts the cover up, and of course, goes down the creek. Anyway, we looked there, we went towards South 10th Street, and then come on up to the high school. We looks around, and this, Darren goes, "This is pretty easy to figure out." He says, "We'll walk the rest of 11th Street going south from the high school." But he says, "This is pretty evident." He said, "From here to 5th Street, we got to do something to handle all the water." Because when we got to that manhole, number 50, and pulled the cover off, he's saying what comes from the northwest part of town, the west part of town, the southwest part of town. He's seeing the true flow. "Oh, and it's not even raining." And he goes, "Oh." And then 11th Street comes in on the side. We got up there and he said, "This is pretty evident." He says, "We got to do something there before you do anything here, because you get the water from there to here quicker. Hasn't got anywhere to go, blows the covers off, same problem." Out of compliance and going to the river. And DNR doesn't like it. But anyway, we went on down 11th, turned the corner and went west on Wastewater for the scope of the project. This lock has no trouble that I know of. The next one I says, that I know of it, not either. But from Bailey on south, I said, on hard rains, yes, there's a problem. Kind of this house, this one, right down the line. Then I said, we done some work, done some flooding, and it helped it. And he goes, "Well, okay. We kind of done there." Because he knew, or we know, that you got to get rid of the water if you're going to take it. But anyway, earlier, a couple years ago, Neil and, well, Keel and Payer, we studied and looked at this relief line to start there at Bailey and be South 11th. And we could install a relief line, go east, down to 9th Street, make a little jog, go down over Van Ons Hill or whatever, and come into 5th Street. And after we measured that pipe, sort of thought that there was enough capacity there to get it over to the lift station and, you know, pick up. And we can do a little testing. We can go a block. Did I say 11? Must have been 12. Yeah, it'll be 11th Street and then over to 12th Street on the Lutheran Church corner. There's 2 manholes over there. And the flow comes from the south and turns and goes east. And then there's one that comes from the west, or the good neighborhood up there, like where Mr. Sheffer lives, and it turns and it goes north. Well, anyway, years ago, there was a pipe between the 2 manholes. For some reason, I don't know exactly why, but they diverted some flow. Anyway, that pipe is plugged. Well, we could go up there, we could take that water, which in turn goes up by me, goes over to the elementary school.